Welcome to the Loan Machinist, where it's just you, the work, and the machines. What do you got going on today, Curt?
This week I'm going to talk a little bit about home assistant automations, which are amazing. And on that note, Raspberry Pi cases, they look crazy nowadays, and machining some thin bronze pieces, and how to hold them. So, how about you? What
Okay.
do you got to chat about?
We're going to talk about modifying post processes. We're going to talk about Bertha running production, and it runs a lot faster than when I ran her. And that Smart Lathe seems to be a somewhat legit company.
Yes, yeah, I like that
Yes.
one. That was
Yeah. So, how are you this fine day? Words are hard.
I'm doing fantastic. How about you? How's sunny South Africa on this
Yeah.
fine evening?
Hot as balls.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, dude, it's been like 30 something degrees here every day.
Oh, oh.
Last night we got 30 millimeters of rain in the middle of the bloody night, so I didn't sleep. Because it was storming, we had a lightning strike. I lost one of my monitors in the workshop. So yeah, a little annoying,
Okay.
but yeah, one of those
Oh.
Mondays. And then my whole network was being special, like it likes trains this morning. So I spent like half an hour trying to reconfigure some of the routers because there are many to get it all working properly again. But yeah, it was one of those days. But I
Nice.
cleaned out Monica. Not Monica. I
Mm.
cleaned out the LK with Monica/Trump this afternoon, and hence the Datron shirt because
Ah.
my wife's busy swearing at me for that comment. Yeah, so yeah, God, it's been overdue for a while. Like I've got I think it's a 2 foot long sock filter that I filled up twice with shavings that had got past the main
Oh.
shaving trays. Yeah, it's
Ugh.
yeah. I think the last time I did it was in December, so not that long, but needs to be done a bit more regularly.
Yeah, fair.
Mm.
I should clean mine, but I mean, I make so few chips that I clean my filter so frequently. I bet you there's very little in there. I don't know. I should
I
drain it
was
and see.
thinking about that today, and I'm like, I bet there's a whole pile that got past your filters.
There probably is. And it's probably the fine, like horrible, like almost like just silty mud kind of worst
All
ones.
the
Yeah.
fun stuff, yes. The digital
Yeah.
machine's not too big of a tank, so it's not horrible to pump out.
No, like even if I had to just pump it all out and just like completely change it, it's not expensive to fill, and it's not.
Yeah.
You can do it in pails essentially.
Yeah, I mean, what is yours?
So-
Yours you said was 80 liters or 60 liters.
I think it's 80
80.
liters. Yeah.
Okay, it's still it's an amount of coolant, but not
Yeah,
a huge
totally.
amount. I mean, I think I'm at like 100 and something liters.
Yeah, that's starting to get there.
It
And then
starts
there's,
to-
then there's big people with like 1,000-liter tanks and
Well, yeah, my
crazy
coolant
ones.
guys will literally deliver an IPC tote of coolant concentrate to some of their customers every month. Yeah, it's
I mean,
insane.
if you got a lot of machines, it makes sense. Yeah,
No,
just
definitely.
scale. So
Like I've been to
Yeah.
a factory where they've got conveyors under the floor, so all the chip conveyors feed literally through a mesh floor into a central conveyor that runs out the side of the building back to the smelting plant, making aluminium
that's
rims.
crazy.
Yeah, no,
That's
it's
crazy.
nuts. And that's a local company as well.
I think
No,
it was
some of
was
the-
it Saunders that was. I'd say was it Saunders that was talking about like that shop that had like the like a river of coolant behind all the machines. Like it was like everything was just like central, and they had like a huge coolant thing, and the machines
Oh,
would all
that's
just
cool.
like dump into this like this creek of coolant, and it would just pump through. I don't.
That's quite
Maybe that was
cool.
a fever dream. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it could be because I don't recall that one, but cool idea. Like, yeah, no, that's a really interesting one. So,
So
I'm going to start first because I want to cover the first topic on my list. The
yes,
release date of the podcast, as of next episode, will be moving to Wednesdays from Tuesday. That's because the lovely producer has started earning her keep and working for a living, so it just gives her a little bit of extra time to process the podcast the evening after we record.
nice.
Yes, because she now wakes up stupid early to get 50 kilometers away in peak traffic. It's great.
Ugh,
Yeah,
that sounds
she
very
went
good.
in. The first day was today. She went in, had like a half day, and then she's back on Monday to start actually teaching the thing she teaches. So,
Oh, that's awesome.
That's going to
Well,
be
good for her. That's awesome.
interesting, adapting to not having someone always at home.
Yeah, you'd be like a puppy that has like separation anxiety.
Well, no,
We'll
now
have to
the
get
issue
you.
is I need to schedule my deliveries. So if I have to go to site, I know what's coming and I can make sure I'm here or someone's here to receive things.
Okay, fair. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a nice thing to
Because
have.
it's
Yeah,
always just, there's always been someone here. But yeah. So I'm going to be fighting with a few of my suppliers to try and get more consistent lead times and deliveries.
fair enough. Actually, that is a perfect segue into my home assistant automations topic, which
Yes.
I will jump on. Is same thing. Like I'm here but I'm in the garage and it's noisy, and then all my deliveries come to my front door. And if it's something like really important, I'll usually put like a little sign on my walkway to be like, hey, just
Yeah.
pound on the garage door. I'm here. Especially if I have to sign for it. Then I decided, I'm like, why don't I get smart? Because I have Frigate running on Home Assistant that's watching my front door. So I have it now that soon as somebody's foot like comes on my walkway, so so it's not catching passerbys, but it catches someone walking up to my door. It
Yeah.
takes all my workshop lights and flashes my workshop lights.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
yeah, that way I'm like, and even
Seizure-inducing.
if seizures, yeah, the seizure inducer, and then that way I know I'm like, if, no matter where I am, all the lights flash. So no matter
Yeah.
where I'm looking, I'll see it, and I don't have to hear it. And then I'm like, oh, then it gives me enough time to like stop what I'm doing and walk to the front door. Then I can receive something if I have to sign for it or whatnot, or see someone creepy's
Nice.
at my front door. So yeah, or just check the camera and see what's up. But yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know why it took me like forever to do that, but yeah, I finally set it up and it's lovely.
Yeah, last week I put a camera in the workshop, just a dome camera on Home Assistant,
Mm-hmm.
and it's lovely. I can come sit inside and I can watch TV and just check on the camera every now and again to see the states, or like I was running the MCO. But I can just make sure that it's still running and hasn't got a red light. So we'll
Yeah.
see now with some of the shenanigans I have planned. I think that's going to become even more useful.
Yeah, like I didn't really like delve into the like full automations on Home Assistant
Yeah,
very much, but like you can and you can just code it. Like you don't have to
yeah,
go through their UI. You can just write straight code. So I have it so
yeah.
it's
You
like
can write.
it'll flash.
Yeah,
Yeah, like the lights will flash unless it's outside of my hours I'm in here. And unless if the lights are off, they won't flash. And then like if it's flashed, it won't flash again for the next 5 minutes. So I'm not just like
yeah,
getting blazed if someone's sitting on my porch and like
yeah.
just
That's
it's
just
so
the
cool.
YAML. Yeah, the YAML
Yeah.
files. And it's not complicated. Like I managed to brute force my way through it pretty quickly when I added the light controller to the workshop.
Mm. Yeah.
So yeah, that's
I cheat. I just threw it into chat and I was like, "Hey, can you do this?" And
100%.
it's like, "Yeah, no sweat." And it just punched all the code out. I was like, "Oh yeah," and it worked like perfectly. I had to tweak a
Yep.
couple things, and yeah, it was done.
No, but that's the point of AI: is leverage it for the stupid shit you don't want to do. It doesn't need to
Absolutely.
do everything every day, but when it's stupid shit it's good at, let it do it.
Yeah, exactly. So
That's
yeah.
the whole thing. Like that's why I have Toolpath. Let it do the stupid shit I don't want to do. I use it to program my parts on Saturday evening because I literally it was like 5 selections that I would have had to have made. And I'm like, nah, fuck it. Send it to Toolpath. Get it back and tweak it.
That's what it's for. Yeah, absolutely.
No, I've gotten
Yeah,
extremely lazy because of that.
No, that's
So-
what I wanted to do. Yeah.
Speaking of code, everyone needs to take 5 minutes and just add date and time to their post processor. It's literally 2 lines of code.
Okay.
I've been putting it off. I did it today. I did all my posts in like literally 5 minutes. You copy 2
Probably a
lines, you
good
paste
idea.
it in one of the sections. I Googled it and it came up with instructions. And now my posts all post out with the date and time. The one for Siemens looks a bit better than the Linux ones, but it outputs the dates and then the time just as a string of text, no like forward slashes and things. So it's a bit dumb, but whatever. The one for Siemens posted out properly,
Oh,
which
okay.
is convenient
Okay.
because I often repost the same program with minor changes and I'm never quite sure which version I have. So now I can look, oh, this one was posted 2 seconds ago. The previous one was posted 9 minutes ago. Now I at least know what's happening.
I should do that because I'm always looking at like the date created
Yes.
numbers, and I was like, why don't I? Yeah, I should have
Yeah,
same
dude.
thing. It's like I did this 2 minutes ago, and I did this one 4 minutes ago. Which
Yeah.
one is it? Yeah.
No, 100%. It literally takes 5 minutes. It's not
I'm gonna do that.
complicated. You've got to. The most complicated thing is pressing Control H to find the line of code you need to find. Like it goes into one of the sections there, and you literally paste the 2 lines of code that come out of Google, and you're done. And I assume you have the post editor plugin for VS Code.
Oh, of course, yeah,
Dude,
of course.
that's so great. Yeah. I was playing with it today.
Yeah.
Because,
I have
then you
all
can
the
see it's doing
plugins.
the right thing. Yeah.
I have the
No,
I have
VS
the
Code
purple
is magic.
plugin, so all my VS Code is all purple. Like it's called, I forgot what it's called now, super purple or something. And then I have all the like Python and Arduino and posts, and it's fantastic.
I think I have VS Code on, yeah. So I reinstalled Windows for the first time since 2017 on this computer.
Welcome
so
to the
like
frustration.
when I was saying earlier, there was a lot of bloat and shit on it. Not kidding. Like I think I had Log Me No Machi still running. I used it to play a game when I still lived in my flat.
Cool.
So we could play a LAN game over the internet with my mates. Like there was a lot of random crap on this computer. So it got cleaned. Luckily, all my Steam libraries are on different drives. So I just installed Steam again and then linked the external library files. So that was yesterday afternoon's endeavor. Was getting this PC back up and somewhat fresh.
Everyone should do that. Like I slag on Windows, but everyone should do that. Windows nowadays to reinstall is a cakewalk. Like it's not difficult.
It's like an hour.
And if you haven't done it in the last 2 years, do it. You're like, your PC will be so much faster.
The biggest thing I forgot, I forgot two things. So I backed up my entire desktop because I tend to dump shit on the desktop. And then I reinstalled Windows and forgot that I had a custom static IP and I couldn't remember what it was and what its DNS, default gateway was. That took me a while. So I had to unplug my router, plug the Ethernet cable directly into the PC, set it to auto DHCP, install Chrome, log into my Chrome because then it remembers the password for my router because I don't know what that is. Then once that was done, plug back into the router, ping into the router and try and figure that shit out. But eventually got that all working and fixed a few other issues across the whole network this morning. But there was that. And then I was like, shit, I didn't back up my printer profiles on Prusa Slicer.
Yep.
But I did make a backup a while ago. It was on the desktop. I made a config bundle because I do that every now and again just to make sure. Like if I add a new filament to the mix, I'll do a config bundle again, just so that I have a backup of everything. And pull that in. I'm back up and running.
Nice.
But worth doing. We'll see, Danica. We'll see how much she swears with the podcast she edits, whether it'll actually download. It took her. She was up at 1:00 in the morning on Friday night, chatting to Descript's customer service because obviously they're in the US. To try and get a file, it kept throwing her a random error. Like the error would change every time. The guy's like, no, you just downloaded it. So he downloaded it for her, put it on a Google Drive so that she could download the file. But that took her 2 days. It was insane.
Yikes. Well, thanks for her efforts behind the scenes.
But anyway, that will hopefully be resolved now. I can't put Windows 11 on here because I don't have the TPM chip. Trusted Platform Module. On this motherboard, I don't have the little encrypty chip. And finding one for... That was a thing. Yeah, no, that's the thing. Your board needs to actually have a separate little chip for storing your, magic. Fuck knows. So I went and looked for replacement motherboards for a 1151, I think, LJ 1151. None of the boards that are available anymore support it. So I can't actually take the CPU. I was just going to move everything to a new motherboard and go Windows 11. Nope. It's it's rather tiresome.
Yeah.
But is what it is. New PC once RAM prices come down.
I'll probably build my wife a PC. She has my old gaming PC right now because it has a fresh install. It's crazy quick. Yeah. You just can't install Windows 11 on it. So I'm like, you know what? You can use this. All you do is Zoom and the occasional Google search on it. Everything else she does on her phone. So it's and then I'll build you a nice PC when RAM prices.
I'm seriously considering a Mac Mini.
Either that or a bad idea.
Or a MacBook.
Yeah.
I might have to wait till September and just pick one up while I'm there. And move my day-to-day onto a Mac Mini and then or a MacBook. And then take that PC and bring it inside here. And then this might just become a NAS PC. Just set up huge archiving storage on it, like a bunch of SSDs or a bunch of spinning disks, and just let it sit there with a RAID array that I know my shit is permanently backed up.
Yep. No, totally. I see the value in that. Yep.
Not the dumbest idea ever. Also, have you hooked your Siemens controller to your network yet?
No, I have not. I need to. I am still
Harsh judgment,
sneaker
Curt.
netting. Oh, I bet. Yeah. I
Harsh
deserve it.
judgment.
I deserve it.
I
I
don't do that
deserve it.
fucking bullshit. I made a folder called Auto Run on my NAS for dumping
Okay.
the the sub program, the machining program, and my automation program on from Grip CNC, sorry, Grip CNC,
Okay. Okay.
because that is now working.
Cool.
Yes.
Cool.
So I told Matt we'd talk about it. So Grip CNC generates all your load and unload code for
Okay.
for grippers, for spindle grippers, and vacuum
Okay.
grippers, and grip flip grip stations, and single station, and dump it in a bucket station. So you basically go through the whole like it's a wizard you click through, and it's now working for Siemens because I've been testing it for Siemens, and basically
Yeah.
shits out the code and then just calls a sub program that does your machining and then goes back, unloads the part, loads the next one. So there will definitely
Interesting.
be a link in the show notes.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Yeah. Cool.
It's really, really sweet and makes it so easy.
Cool. Well, it's gripcnc.com for people that
Yes.
don't check the show notes. So,
Yeah, there will be a link in the show notes. And please go check it out because I think it is going to drop the barrier of entry for spindle grippers to basically nothing.
Right.
It makes it so simple because that's the complicated bit, the macros. So I've been chatting to Matt and he was like, what are you doing for macros? I'm like, I haven't got there yet. That's the next challenge. He's like, no, hang on. And then I had a call with him a few weeks ago where we discussed it. And then he's got a beta license for me to play with and get it compatible with Siemens. So there's a bunch of syntax stuff that had to change. The way tools are called had to change. The way delays are done had to change. Like there's extended work offsets had to change. I ruined my work offsets this morning testing code. So the center of rotation for X and Z of my Y and Z of my fourth axis were saved in G514 and 515. And smart Dick Jamie went and used them to run a test program and had to reset the center line of his machine today. I was a little bit pissed when I figured that out. And I wiped out like both of them. Just go one set up. Yeah, fucking idiot. So I need to put a big sign on the front of the machine. Those are sacred because like setting it up against not the end of the world is just a little bit annoying.
I think what I need to do is just open the offsets page on my controller and just film a video and just slowly scroll through all of them and just have that as like my if the world ends, I still have like a visual backup that I can manually enter them. Like, because same thing. I'm like, one day I'm just going to be like, oh shit, that was a really annoying one to probe in.
Something I learned from running the Accutex wire cutter to set the X, Y, and Z of your G54. You just typed in G54 and hit enter in the little text thing. If you wanted to jog back there, you typed MG54. So whenever I probed a hole and I'd set G54, I'd also set G59. That way, when I inevitably try to move it there and forgot the M, I could then move it to G59 and then reset my G54. So I always have even my anchor points. The one is G57, G507, 508. The next one is 517, 518, 527, 528, 537, 538. That there are, if I forget to come out of that offset, like if I run a job and I leave it in that offset and I go and probe something and zero it, oh shit, it's on the wrong offset, but I can recover.
Totally.
The nerd things. But yeah, otherwise you got to reprobe stuff, and that's just horrible. That's the whole point of a zero point is that you don't.
Oh, and you have 1,000 offsets, like just
exactly
sacrifice a few for backups.
Well, I mean, I've got my warm-up cycles on I think G58 or 59, and then I've got G599 as the middle of travel, G510 is the middle of the anchor point. Like, there's a million offsets, and a lot of them are documented on my little setup sheets. But I didn't read that this morning when I was making my gripper things.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah. But Matt's updating that like on a daily basis. I pointed out that you could be an absolute moron and set your pick place from your tray, that work coordinate set to the same one as your vise. And it will put out code. So you fix that it says, there's a conflict.
Oh,
it's
okay,
you should never have that happen, but people are stupid. So Got to make it
Yeah.
idiot proof.
Yeah.
But yeah, a
Yep.
really, really powerful tool. And I know he's got we're discussing, there's a demo tier or free tier where it doesn't generate all the code. It just generates like one pick and place that you can see what it's going to output. And then it's behind a paywall, but it's not a significant paywall.
Cool.
It's basically covering
cool.
the costs. And I think if you buy a spindle gripper, that's the way to go. Like we're chatting about it. He ran a job. He ran it through there. It took him 10 minutes to program. When he programmed with his old macro set, it took him 2 days to get it running.
Yeah.
It's literally 2 days to 10 minutes. It's that quick. So yeah, it's really, really cool. And I told him I'd punt it because it's really cool.
Yeah. Cool. That's awesome. I like when people do.
Also go follow him on Instagram.
I'm going to search him up. Yep.
Yes, because
I like that kind of work.
You get to see my machine on there as well. Haha.
Ooh,
yes,
influencer.
I've been machining air. I've been loading imaginary parts and their imaginary friends and machining them just to run through like the whole code, just to make sure everything cycles through and there's no funny syntax errors and things like that.
Nice.
Yeah, so now I just need to get a pneumatic vise and then I can actually run the things. So,
cool, man.
What thin discs are you machining, Curt?
Coins. So I have that big rod of bronze. Yeah, no kidding, right? That big rod of bronze, and I have to make some coins because I have to run some tests, have to shoot some video this week. And I was like, I can obviously I want to have a coin that it's pretty thick. I think I'm going to do some edge engraving on it too with the 4th axis or edge lasering. Yeah, I have to showcase all the features of this thing. So I'm like, well, it's perfect excuse. So I'm like, okay, easy to turn. I'm like, face off piece of bronze, no problem. And I'm like, part it off, no problem. But I'm like, if I want to machine both sides, I'm like, and it's a thin disc. It's only 5 mil and it's 40 mil in diameter. So it's a kind of thin part. So I was like, well, I can build a pot chuck to hold it. And then I was like, oh, you know what I might do is I might just machine the one face, part them off, and then throw them on my mill and just let the mill face it and chamfer the other side. Because I have to do mill work on it anyways. So that's probably what I'll do for production. But for some testing, I think I'm just going to use a super glue arbor. I think I'm just going to face the front of these little coins. I'm going to flip them, part them off, flip them around, put them on a super glue arbor, and then I can do the OD and the 2-side chamfer and then face the front. And I'll have a fully finished, whack it off with a mallet or heat or whatever. Yeah. So I think I'm going to do that. I have never tried a super glue arbor.
I'm literally going to do the same thing this week with acrylic, making lenses for a mining light, sample lenses.
Okay.
So we're going to cut some blanks out of acrylic, face plates, put a block of aluminium in the chuck and the lathe, face it down, put some grooves, masking tape, stick it on, and then a face grooving tool because I've got to machine this stupid profile. So that's a later in the week problem once I put the chuck back into my lathe because currently it has the collar chuck in it. And I'm going to finish what I'm doing before I take it out. Although it's all of 10 minutes, but not the point.
Yeah. No, exactly. Yeah, no, I was kind of thinking about this, and I was like,
mental inertia.
Yeah, I think and that was my thing. I'm like the mental inertia of putting it in the mill, and then I'm like, I'll have to build soft jaws for it. Then I have to do the coat, and it's simple to be chamfer face, not a big deal. But I'm like, I just want a handful of these to test. I'm like, why don't I just use super glue? It's going to take me more time to break down each one and put a new one on, but who cares?
But that's fine.
I'm going to do a handful of them.
It's not production.
So. Yeah, totally, right? So,
even now with mechanical anchor point, the butt plugs, they get machined and slitting sawed off. Then they get put the other way around in the mill, faced off, and the drive holes put in. And it's like, I hate the thought of making soft jaws for that. But I'm going to make however many of them. It's just not worth making a custom fixture. I'm going to probably change the design of the part for the next run. So, soft jaws work. And the problem is it's a 2 mil thick part. So I don't really have that many work holding options.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I could screw it in and then stop it rotating somehow, but more easier to just put it in soft jaws.
Yeah.
Should probably get some flex traverses. Those would be ideal.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah.
But did you see the stupidness I pulled today, Curt?
With your plate on your 4th with an adapter with an anchor point with another thing. Holy man, that was a stack up and a half.
Dude, I
did see. So,
what's the worst that could happen? Dude, it worked perfectly. The mechanical anchor point is rigid enough to do that dumb shit and drill a 6mm hole in stainless with an end mill.
for for the listeners, it was just a whole stack up on his fourth axis with a 3 jaw on it, and then a little part way at the end of this 9-foot
so
long
it was
extension.
the jang plate. Then it was a mechanical anchor point with a pallet with a 125 millimeter chuck on that with a part in that. So like the stick out was just stupid. I was actually worried that the anchor point wouldn't be rigid enough, but no problems.
That's awesome.
Like none whatsoever. So yeah, the gripper cages are all now milled and they're going to go into the lathe tomorrow to get parted off and up forward. And then those are done for the mechanicals.
That's
so
cool.
we are successfully knocking down components on the mechanical anchor points, which are being released in 12 days.
Ooh.
Yeah, so the deadline is rapidly approaching, but I'm not worried.
Exactly, yeah. You said that with all the confidence.
Quite shocked how rigid that setup was.
Yeah, like I mean, almost any system, I was like, that's a lot of stick out, even if it was solid. So it's impressive.
Yeah, I was quite happy with it. And when I took the chuck off, like it wasn't like I was sitting there fretting or anything. Like there were some marks, but they were there before on the bottom of that the chuck pallet. Those marks were there previously from putting it in a pneumatic anchor point and then stacking up like 6 inches of shit above it and then trying to go full ham machining it. So yeah, it did well. I was very, very happy with it.
Yeah, it's impressive.
Yeah. So what par 5 cases have you been looking at?
Okay. I just because I was like, you know what? I'm like, maybe I was going to replace my Home Assistant system with like a mini PC, and I probably still will, but mini PCs are quite spendy right now.
Yes,
so I was like, you know what? I'm like, yeah, because RAM. I was like, you know what? I could just buy a little Pi 5 and a Coral accelerator, which it's going to be roughly the same cost as a mini PC, but besides the point. And I was like, that would probably handle all my needs for the next while. I don't have like a bajillion cameras. I have a handful of cameras and some small automations. But so I was like, oh, I wonder what kind of Pi 5 cases are out there. They are so cool. They look like mini desktops. Like they're glass and like they mount in there and they got fans and like they're so cool looking. Yeah. Like it's gonna go in my like quote server room. You'll never see it in my basement.
But you'll know it looks cool.
It's so cool looking.
So I've got a Pi 5 with a passive heatsink. I had to add a fan to it because the passive wasn't keeping up with running Home Assistant. So I put a fan on top of it and it's fine. My neighbor just swapped his into a fancy case that has like a Zigbee module, and he was trying to get that working and somehow wiped out his install. So, and then he had a backup, but he didn't copy the key, so he couldn't use the backup. So eventually, he installed in one afternoon like 5 times. He had to from scratch start again with Home Assistant, and eventually got it all back up and running. Like managed to find an older backup and came right.
Nice.
But yeah, so I bought Par 5s last week. I bought 2 of them, and I bought a 7-inch touchscreen to run Line CNC.
That's cool.
And it works pretty freaking well. Yeah, for the grinders. The second screen arrived. I bought one screen just to test. The second one arrives tomorrow, and then I'm waiting on DHL for the breakout boards, the hat and the breakout board. Then I can get that all actually together and doing what it's supposed to do and start designing brackets and stuff to get that project all buttoned up. But yeah, that really cool little touchscreen. Not particularly expensive either. I think it was like $80 or so.
Wow.
No. And I think you could, if you were writing code, I wouldn't do it that way. I'd plug a keyboard and mouse in, but for general operation, the touchscreen is going to be more than adequate. Because if you push to set an offset, it pops up on-screen numpads. You just type in the numbers and hit enter, and you're good to go. Like Jim Okapi is pretty touchscreen friendly.
Well, and you could, like, if you really need it, you can add a gang of buttons. Like, it's 100%. So customizable to, like, you want to add just some soft touch buttons, like, done.
Yeah. So I don't think I'm going to bother. I don't even know if I'll have a start button. We'll see how I feel. There'll definitely be a big oh fuck button, but that's just because you have to do that. Yeah, otherwise shit goes awry. Before we continue, we need to shout out our Patreons, who I have reordered because it was hurting my brain. The Patreons, all the paid Patreons, get access to the after show, where today I'm going to rage about Bridgerton. It's going to be great. Like, it's going to be proper train loving moments. But yes, our Patreons make the wheels on the train go round and round. Special thanks to Jade from Benchmark 20, Luke from Fantastic, AJ from Subtract Manufacturing and 31 other companies, Jason S, EJ from Nocturnal Welding, the Aussie Machinists, Christian Olsen, Charles Watt, Carl from Cursed Machine, Matt from Allfield Gear, and Alex B. Just delete that because it's a
gang of them now.
I moved EJ and AJ because that was breaking my brain every week because they were next to each other. So I rearranged it a little bit. Yeah, that was hurting my head. But yeah, the Patreons are making it possible to go to IMTS and stay in Not the Streets. So yeah, should be fun. Look forward to that whole situation. And they get the after show. So hang around. Well, Patreons, hang around for that. Everyone else, join the Patreon if you want to hear me rage about Bridgerton. Which is really a retarded thing to rage about, but sure. We do have a question this week because while I was cleaning out my machine, I put a call for questions and a question came through. So we'll get to that later on. Let me quickly cover this one.
I say, yeah, you got more, so go nuts.
Bertha is running production.
Okay.
So over the weekend, Kamish got Bertha running with a bar. I had to print some parts for a bar pusher because the 12mm bar pusher I had never actually pushed bar. It was just a spindle liner. So I quickly printed him the parts for one. And then I made him a little gang block and he got that all running over the weekend and kept phoning me with questions. I'm like, dude, go jump in the deep end. If you start drowning, phone me. And then he was looking at example code on the machine because I left all my old programs on there and eventually got it cycling in full auto, making little brass parts in like a minute 30. I'm like, dude, that is faster than that machine has ever made a part. I think the fastest I ever got it to make a part was a minute 30 and I was feeding while doing 2000 RPM. He's stopping the spindle and feeding the material forward.
Oh, is it just because now it has a brake so that it's...
now it has a 4 kilowatt VFD on a 2 kilowatt motor, so it can actually stop when you tell it to, So he's running that. He's got to run like 450 of them, and it's a recurring job. So I'm like, sweet, dude, living your best life. Like, and he did really well getting it all programmed and whatnot, and had it making good parts, and then was a little confused about the automation, like the auto cycles and stuff. So I'm like, no worries, send it to me. I quickly edited it for him, sent it back. I'm like, oh, delete that line of code I forgot to delete. And then it was running.
That's awesome. So, I'm glad it's getting use. Yeah, that's good.
Dude, like, that thing's run all sorts of parts. Like, he's now got an Instagram as well. Thunder Mountain is his company name.
Cool.
We might throw a link in if I remember. But yeah, go check him out. He had 99 followers, so I followed him with one of my other Instagram accounts so you could have 100.
Proper.
Nice like that. Yes.
If that lathe could talk, can you imagine how many times it's probably paid for itself? Like its original price, how many times it's probably paid for itself?
Dude, like that thing made me so much money. It's not even funny. Like on multiple occasions, it recouped the entire cost of the machine and the retrofit in like a week.
Yeah, no doubt.
That thing fucking printed money. The MCO still prints money. Like, the good way's coming up on covering its own cost already, and it's run fucking 2 of the jobs it was bought for. It's run that twice, and it's coming up on covering its cost.
Lathes are really good at that. Mills good too, but lathes are fast.
Lathes are just full of freaking magic. Like even now, I ran the gripper assemblies over the weekend, and I ran off enough for 30-ish mechanical anchor points, and it took me like, I think not even half a day. The mill was running and I was just potting between the machines, knocking those things out. Like, lathes are super great. Like even now, I've got a whole bunch of other random crap to put on the lathes, but they just make parts. Like, they're really good at making round things.
Yep, no doubt.
All right. Curt, have you machined Elton?
I have. I've machined Elton. Yep.
Do you have some advice?
Are you milling it or turning it?
Yes.
Or both?
Milling
okay.
It. No, just milling.
Oh, milling it? Okay. I don't know. I can give you my feeds and speeds. I basically just
treat it as aluminum.
On it. I treat it as like aluminum, and then there's like almost no limits to like depth until it gets like pulling it out of the fixtures or whatever. Like, I don't know. It machines
I
well.
I was warned about drilling it. It can get a bit weird when you drill it.
It's a little stringy. It's kind of like acrylic, but I find it nice. Like sharp tools, don't use tools that you've ran through anything else. Just use brand new sharp carbide, and it machines like beautiful.
Okay. Yeah. I
it's
bought
really
some
easy to work with.
Ultim. There's going to be some Ultim Flux, specifically 2 of them because that's how much Ultim I have. Yes.
Oh, cool.
Oh, don't worry.
Sorry.
Just throw it, Curt. Just throw it. Yeah, I found titanium, crystal titanium as well, but that's stupid expensive.
I need to get some crystal tie.
Per flak, it's just doing maths here, $90-ish just for the material.
What? Really? It's not that expensive.
It's a stupid size.
We'll talk.
It's a stupid size. It doesn't work well for my size part, but when they bring another sheet in, I can have them cut it to the size I want. If I buy a whole sheet. So, but yeah, it's also I don't want to sink a whole lot of money into making crystal titanium things that are going to sit in stock. But I have got another product that will work perfectly with, and I'm going to design it to fit in the crystal, the time ascus, and the normal titanium. So I can make it out of normal titanium because it has to be titanium for the design, just for how I want it to flex. So I'm going to make it out of titanium, then I'll move on to the more fancier titaniums.
Yeah.
Yes, I have some plans.
Cool.
But yeah, those are plans for long down the road because right now we're in the midst of like a million different projects.
That's usually how it works. Yeah. But no, you won't have issue with Ultim. It's wonderful. Okay. I machine it with coolant and just wail on it.
Go full send. Yeah. No, that's fine. I bought 2 pieces that are meant for knife scales. I showed someone the price and they're like, what? I'm like, yeah, it's Ultim. It's not even that expensive. Compared to some of the other shit that I've machined, it's not that expensive. Yeah. So, what statues are you selling, Curt?
Oh, sorry. 1 second. I knocked a big board off. 1 second.
Nice. I would say Googling on the podcast, folks. But it should be picking up on the podcast.
Yeah, I have a giant thing under my foot where my printer used to be, and I got rid of my printer because it was frustrating me, and now it just sits there loose, and I bump it off with my foot, and then it's a big 1-inch thick piece of maple, and it makes a lot of noise.
That'll make a
crash to the floor. Yeah. Statues. So I had behind me sitting, it probably would never see it, but there was a engine hoist sitting there that has sat there since I put this lathe on its concrete pedestals. It has sat there and I have never used it. And I've been like, you know what? This will be perfect for when I want to lift something heavy. And I was like, what am I doing? So I just sold it this weekend. Selling statues. That's what
that's what I did. That's actually how I met the guy who bought Bertha, was selling the A-frame I made to put the top on the Condia and to offload the MCO.
Okay.
I built an A-frame that just fits in my workshop, and he needed an A-frame to move a lathe into his workshop. And he found me on Marketplace, and then we got chatting, and that's how he ended up buying Bertha.
It's
you build these things for the jobs, and then they don't need to hang around.
Well, and same thing. It wasn't expensive. It was $350 or something like that when I bought it. Yeah. So I was like, well, it was expensive enough that I'm like, I don't want to just give it away. And then I was like, what am I doing? If someone came and gave me whatever $100 for it, would I let it go? I'm like, probably, because I'm sick of moving it. So I got 100%. More than that for it, but now it gets used. Some kid is building a project car. He gets to use it to lift the engine out, and I'm jazzed. His dad picked it up for him, and he was all excited. So I'm like, you know what? That makes me feel better too. It's out of my hair, a little bit of shekels in my pocket, and it's going to get used as opposed to just collecting dust. So
I sold a bunch of shavings or scrap this week.
Ooh.
Should have lost the thing. So I'm just doing some maths here. So you remember when the anodizers did me dirty and scrapped all my parts?
Yes.
Yes, that was $400 of raw material in those parts. Never mind all the machining and shit. How much do you think I got for that $400 worth of material?
Oh, you just scrapped it all? I don't know.
$20 whole.
Yeah. Okay, I was going to say, it's probably something just anemic.
But it was on my floor and annoying me, so the scrap guy came over the weekend. I'm just like, take it. Take it.
Yeah.
I don't fucking care. Just take it away. Along with all the wires. I got more for the wires out of the good way than I did for the aluminium scrap.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, copper. Yeah, for sure.
Well, it was a lot of insulation, but the guy's like, hey, I'll give you 20 Rand a kilo. So we weighed it and
Nice.
he fucking, I'm like, cool, you're taking it away. I don't really give a shit. So I've been moving shavings and scrap. Because last week I got so for my 400 kilograms, I ended up getting like $220-ish worth, $220 for the 400 kilos of shavings. So not too bad. That's all been stashed away as cash because it's obviously a cash deal. It's all been stashed away and going to be used for future projects.
Nefarious purposes.
Pretty much.
It's so nice just to get clutter out of your world, even if it's not economically viable. It's just like it's so nice to like just mentally get it gone.
Those anchor point bodies were sitting in my office in boxes, and I'm like, I'm never going to do anything with them. Just fucking yeet.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they're going to sit there for another year, and then they're going to get yeeted. I'm not going to recover them. Like, I'm not interested in making custom pins, any of that shit. Just can throw them away and move on. So I did so, and I moved on. Hopefully.
I know.
Yeah, it's a difficult choice sometimes, but yeah.
Well, I have all my like rems that come out of the lathe that won't feed, and I keep them for titanium because they're long and they're titanium, and like I make small parts, so like one day they'll be useful for something I build, but I just put them in a little bin, and then whenever the bin starts to get full, thankfully usually someone reaches out on Instagram and they're learning about something, or they want to make pens, or they want to make something, and I'm like, hey, and they're like, how do you machine titanium? I'm like, shoot me your address. Here's a bag of titanium, like go nuts. And I've done that to a few people now. It's kind of fun to be like, here, I'm like, maybe you'll be able to make use of it, but then it gets it out of my hair, and like I could recycle it, but like you get nothing for it. So
it's more valuable to them than it is recycled. Like I ran a batch of parts off on the good way, and the remnants like maybe 100 millimeters long of 30 diameter aluminium, and I could get another part out of it, but I'd have to hand load it. And I'm like, nah. Hey, Kamish, here's some material. Hey, Carl, here's some material. Like, keep it, use it. Fuck, I don't care. Just, I don't want it. And I tend to do it with all my rems because you end up with a stack of remnants, and then you just give them to someone who's actually going to maybe use them. Keep a few, but like I don't want to throw it in the scrap. Like, it could be valuable to somebody who needs material.
I have basically like a really big shoebox, and I'm like, once that's full, then I either just scrap it and I'm like, this is the amount I get to keep. And it has helped me. Like I just before Christmas, I think in November, something like that, my titanium order got delayed. So I'm like, well, I have like 50 little offcuts that'll make 3 parts. I just have to hand feed them. So I'm like, perfect. And I needed about 20 more parts. And so I hand fed it. It took me an extra 20 minutes for the parts, but like it saved me from having to wait the next week for the titanium to come in. So
anyways. That's even with the PTFE I run on a regular basis. All the remnants get put in a box, and then inevitably the supplier can't supply. So then I'll run through all the longish remnants. I'll shove something up the bar pusher so that I can feed the remnant till there's like nothing left. And I'll run an extra 10 parts off of every piece of remnants, and that gets me out of a pickle, and I don't have to go buy material. Like,
yeah, totally.
It has come in handy, but also you got to be careful that you don't just have a mountain of crap, because it's very easy to just have a mountain of crap.
100%. 100%.
I got asked the stupidest question last week. So, my lovely diesel sensor friends, we did another project for them middle of last year. We had designed an enclosure that went to China to be injection molded. We're now doing a revision on that, and they want to do a version that they only need 1,500 of. And they want me to mill these things out of a block of plastic. They were thinking nylon. I'm like, that's a stupid idea. So I'm going to speak to people. I want to lean towards PET, because the machine's really well and is UV stable. And they're like, oh, is there anything we can do about recycling material? I'm like, yeah, we live in Africa. You put it in the bin. They were quite upset with me. Like, it is what it is. Recycling doesn't actually exist. It gets shipped to a third world country. That's what happens.
Totally.
But that could potentially be quite a lucrative run of parts because they're not exactly small. They've got quite a lot of material removal. Could be a fun one. 1,500 parts is going to keep the LK busy for a while. May need to get myself a Sino.
Nice.
And then, the smart lathe thing. So there is a link in the doobly-doo that I sent Curt to watch before the podcast of smart lathe responding to Kaylee's cans with her video of having a tool change issue on her
Yeah.
CLX lathe. Very, very like legit response. Like I was quite impressed by them. Like, yes, we fucked up, and addressing the
Yeah.
issues that she had. Like,
That's so
and like,
cool. Yeah.
yeah, like they said, language barrier caused a lot of delay with trying to figure out what the problem is. But that's to be expected. You're buying a Chinese lathe, like you need to expect support in Chinese. But yeah, they seem to be a pretty decent company support-wise. And like that issue kind of should have cropped up in the factory, but I get that maybe it didn't because the machine was new and once it's got a few shavings in the seals and shit, it's going to be a bit tighter.
Sure. Yeah,
So,
no, exactly.
yeah,
There's
like, I can understand how that specific issue of her tool changer trying to go too fast and then throwing an alarm, I can understand how that would happen. Like in testing, you wouldn't pick that up unless you're running the machine for a prolonged period of time doing actual cuts.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I kind of understand why. And you'd probably find if they were doing test setups, they would be going 1 or 2 stations at a time. They wouldn't be doing 180 degrees on the turret.
Well, it's just cool of them to like eat it. Like they knew it and they're like, yep, it's on us. Like, and just, I don't know. It's cool. I like,
we fucked up. This is how we fucked up. They had a graph that showed how they fucked up. It was quite cool.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. And that's even been,
yeah,
that's been my experience with like even Sile too. Like, yeah, I had a ton of issues with them off the hop, but like they owned all of them. Like never once did they put it on me to be like, it's your fault. It's like, they're like, no, it was our fault. It was our QCing issues. Like they never once tried to hide behind it. And I got to respect a company like that does
and
that. That's
you hope that they would be, the same issue wouldn't go out the door a second time.
Yeah. And
now they know it's an issue and they'll address it.
Totally. Yeah.
At least you got to hope that that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, and I mean, look at they're scraping the bottom to try to build low cost items.
Yeah.
I get it. You're going to have QC issues. Like it just comes with the territory. You're not going to have you can't afford to make the machines as good as other brands because they're half the price. So I get it, but it's just
no, exactly.
It's cool that they're still trying to do it. Yeah.
At least they're trying to do it, and at least they're owning it when there's a mistake.
Yeah, it makes me consider them more. Yeah, because I was just like, but I was like, you know what? I don't know. For a Swiss, I'm like, man, maybe.
Yeah,
so we'll
see. We will see because their little 7mm might actually be a very good fit for one of the products I do.
Oh, that is such a cute machine.
It is adorable. I need to know whether it does spindle orientation. If it does spindle orientation, I'll put a fucking die grinder on that thing to do what I need to do.
Yeah.
I need to slit apart. I will fucking die grinder that thing. I run it out of 6mm bar. It would be a machine dedicated to that specific part number. And I would call it a day. Like, yeah, there's a bunch of stuff I do out of 6mm stock.
Yeah,
but,
that's cool.
Anyway.
Cool.
So, year-end book closing.
Oh, yeah, the ever exciting closing up the year. I find if I do it now, then I'm just less annoyed when it actually comes tax time to get it all done. Like tax time should be now. Tax time.
When is your financial year end there?
I made my financial year end in January, just so it's mentally easy. So yeah, the way my business is structured, it has to be submitted partially with my personal, so it has to wait for personal deadline, which is a few months away. So it's just like it's kind of clustered. But besides the point, I use Airtable. That was the smartest thing I ever did, was to put all my info in like expenses. I basically cash in, cash out, accounting kind of like, and I put it all in Airtable, and I have like a thing so I can just like take a picture of a receipt and then just like punch the data in, and like I punch in my profits for the month, and it calculates all my expenses, and it shows me my growth per year, and it's like year end. I just go, I'm like, well, save, done, like done. I'm done. Everything is done. Like it shows me all the details I need, all my whatever I need to submit. So yeah, that was. I highly suggest people to do that. You put the 2 minutes of work in all year, and it's you don't have to worry about it.
So I pay a bean counter because I hate bean counting. Our financial year end is now, but the end of February is submitting financials for last financial year. So I've already signed off the financials, like I don't know, sometime like August last year, and then they now get submitted and taxed and all that fucking cuck, and then we close out for this year and start in the next year, and then all the financial. I pay the dude, so I don't have to think about it.
That's the way to do it.
Because
Yeah.
if I do it, I'm going to jail. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't want to be a bean counter. I didn't get into machining to be a
Yeah.
bean counter, so I just pay somebody to do it.
Yeah, and like at the actually usually year end I'll talk to like an accountant. And
Yes.
this one guy that I chat with, he's like I want to talk to him like last year where I was talking about machines and how the way you can structure it so you can use machine cost to you can amortize it over sex or however amount of years you want to, offset your income. But anyways, he was basically at the point where it's like you don't need me yet. He's like, you'll need me maybe in a little bit. He's like, but I'm not worth your time right now to like, he's like, you can come down and sit with me. We can, buy a few hours of time and just chat. He's like, but you don't need me full time. He's like, you're doing okay. And he's like, your taxes, like you're simple enough. So anyways.
Yeah. I think your situation is quite straightforward where you're selling a product that is your income. Whereas for me, it's job shopping, services, fucking everything. Like, everything under the sun.
Sure.
So it's a bit of a different situation. But I pay bean counter, so I don't worry about going to jail. That is the gist of it. And then, I figured out how to do grip flip grip on my machine with the limited number of M codes that I currently have.
Okay.
I have a fourth axis. So I can just tell it index 180 degrees, and it'll index 180 degrees. It's on an M code already. And then I'm short one M code to do the grip station on the grip on the flip and the chuck, the second pneumatic chuck. Except guess what? They're never used at the same time because you unload from your second op, put it away, then you move from your first op to your grip station, your flip station, flip, take it from there. It can flip back, and you put it in your vise, in your op 2 vise, and then you load one into the op 1 vise. So with the current number of IO I have, I can make it all work. So I'm going to design a anchor point pallet that's probably going to be more millimeters than it should be thick. Like I'm going to probably go for like a 2-inch plate or a 40 millimeter plate so that I can overhang the vices off the one side and still have the rigidity, and then run all the way to the edge of my work envelope on the other side, because I want to have as big a section for the parts tray as I can, and also have a bit of space for vices. And then I can take that whole pallet on and off, drop it on, load code, hit go, and run production at night.
I gotcha.
So it's going to be a fun one. It's going to be an expensive piece of material, but I think very worth it. Like with how easy it is to program, I'm considering doing it on part runs of like 20, where it's a 4 or 5 minute cycle time. Just spend the time to quickly set it up and let it run without me standing there.
Yeah, fair.
I mean, even if it runs 5 in a row, that's fine. It's 5 more than me having to walk there every 2 minutes, because over the weekend I had cycle times in the like 3-minute cycle range. And then
that's brutal.
You can do nothing.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, you're just a slave to the machine.
So I want to be not a slave to the machine. And then I also ordered a little inline venturi and some suction cups, like 3 different sizes.
Oh, cool. For like flat plate plick up or whatever.
Yeah, so like the stuff I was running over the weekend, if I design my gripper correctly, I can pick up with vacuum on the raw stock and pick up, because the part's got it's a semicircle, I can pick up the finished part as well with the same vacuum gripper. So then I can come in, load the part, then offload it with a vacuum as well, and I can pretty quickly set that up to run. So now it's just a case of finishing the anchor points that I'm busy with so that I can buy a vase.
Or cool, nice. Speaking of part picking, did you see like Prusa's little like part picker or like a little suction lifter or like magnet putter inner for their tool changing printer?
No.
It just came across my feed. I don't know if they had this for a while. But yeah, they have like a little magnet injector. So if you want to put like magnets in your prints, it can like tool change to that and then like put a bunch of magnets in and then, bring the print head back and keep printing. And I think it also has a little like suction lifter. So it can like pick up whatever. I don't know. Let's say a QR or not a QR, but a like RFID tag or something. It in. Or something. I don't know what exactly they have plans for, but I was like, oh, that's kind of. I knew that was kind of the plan to do different tool changers, but I saw it. I saw like a little production unit for it. I was like, oh, that's pretty freaking slick. So, anyways, I'll see if I can find it.
See if you can find it, because I can't. While
Okay, I'll
googling
find
on
it.
the
I'll put it in the show
podcast. Yeah, we'll
notes.
find
Yeah.
it between shows, and then we'll throw it in the show notes.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all the topics for this week. But we have a question.
Ooh, okay.
Okay. So while I was Monica / trumping out my LK, I posted a story. I was like, if anyone's got any questions, hit me up. And Stabo Engineering sent through a question.
Okay.
Asking, am I still planning on a bigger workshop? Yes, I am. And if so, how many square meters, how high, estimated cost, and timeline? So it'll be, well, it's going to be as big as I can make it. It was going to be 60-ish square meters, but then we have a building line on the front that has to be observed. It's 2 meters back from the wall, which kind of screwed that plan up. So now it became a square building, which I think ended up being a little bit bigger. I need to actually chat to my architect friend because he drew it up for me and he gave me an estimated price to build it with face brick as my rest of my houses, although this was like a year ago. $30,000 to build it.
Okay. That's nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that expensive. Probably closer to 40 because some smart dick's going to put down like 12 inches of concrete, so he never ever has to worry about it. Because we got a lot of backfill. The reason being we got a lot of backfill because my yard is tapered. So we're going to make the workshop about a foot higher than the road with a nice gentle driveway through a nice big roll-up door with my parking for my forklift. And then like 12-inch slab that I don't have to fucking stress about it sinking, cracking, fuck all. One solid slab. And then it'll be a block wall at the back that no one will see because it's better in sound insulating for the neighbor. And then face brick around the rest of the building. And it'll be quite fancy.
Nice.
Not going to go super high. Going to make sure the door's like a reasonable height. I don't actually know how, like probably 2.6 meters. Roll-up door, so just a little bit longer, but doesn't look out of place in a residential area. And then that way I can get machines through easily. And then timeline on that would probably be when I have enough money. But building-wise, it's probably going to be like 4 months or so, realistically.
To build it, it's going to be 4 months.
To actually build, I thought you
said you're starting to build in 4 months. It's like, holy Christ.
Well,
that's
depends
soon.
How many anchor points I sell.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah.
No, there's a bunch of projects on the go that if they start kicking in, we're going to have some serious capacity issues.
Fair.
So then it's going to be late nights, which will lead to new workshop.
Yeah.
And new machine.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Cool.
So
man.
I think that covers it. Yeah, I don't want to go super high because it's a residential area. I don't really need a mezzanine or anything, so I was just going to go high enough that it's not a problem. And then my current shop will stay as the anno and dirty shop. So anodizing on one side, grinding, tumbling, all that shit on the other side, and then lean very heavily into automation in the machine shop so I can leave stuff to run and come this side and work on grinding and finishing and whatever else.
Right. Yeah.
Because automation's where it is. People suck.
Dude, I'm on that camp. Yeah. Yes. I'm with that.
People are, well, I wouldn't say the worst, but people do suck. So what is in your Google box, Curt?
Google Box is full of all kinds of fun. So lots of stuff on the Raspberry Pi, Pi 5, Coral accelerators, some video lights. Been just looking at soft boxes, like humongous soft boxes, like 48-inch giant parabolics just for getting nice light. So I have like this light, like this is morning light shining on me, and I want to be able to replicate this at like 2 a.m.
Fair enough.
So
there's an easy way to do that. You just wait like 6-7 hours and then you get nice morning light.
It's way cheaper. Yeah.
Take a nap and then the light's right.
Yeah, the problem is when the light is right, I also have little people that are awake too. So at 2 a.m, everyone's asleep and I can do whatever I want. On the Business of Machining podcast, Mr. Grimsmo was talking about a Trond power adapters.
Yes.
Trond. Yeah, so I Googled them. They're super cool looking, so I want to buy a gang of them. Because I'm always short of stupid... I have a million outlets, but I always have more plugs than outlets. Kind of probably most people.
I thought I was smart putting in 17 plugs in my workshop. it was not enough.
Yeah, yeah. Anyways, CT5 Neo Sling, which is like just a kind of little canvas pack. But I have like a EDC, like not quite a bug out bag, but just like my daily carry of like tools and first
Yeah,
aid shit and just all kinds of stuff in there that has saved my bacon multiple times. And I want to upgrade it a bit. So I came across this one on like Instagram. Someone called it like the dad pack, and they showed like all the things that he has in there. And I'm like, I want to upgrade mine a little bit to make it more, just because I'm always at someone's house and they're like, oh, this is broken. I'm like, I have the tools for it. And like, I just want to keep adding on that because it just makes me happy. So anyways, I looked at that pack. It's kind of cool. And then lastly, 1967 Centennial coin. I have a coin that I scanned. Actually did a short video, which I'm going to upload probably the next few days here for that laser scanner. But I always play with it, and it's a silver dollar, a Canadian silver dollar. And I'm like,
yeah.
how much is this thing worth? I'm like, is this like a really expensive coin that I just use as a fidget thing? But it's not. It's like $80 or something like that. So yeah, big chunk of silver. So anyways,
Nice.
that's it.
Yeah,
How about you?
silver's
What's in your
going
Google
to the
box?
moon at the moment.
Yeah.
ASUS routers, because they do not use 192.168.1.1 to log into them. They use a retarded one. ASUSrouter.com or something. Or
Oh, gross.
router.asus.com. Yeah, it's fucking annoying. Really nice routers, but that sucks. So I was trying to figure that out this morning to just see what was going on with my routers. Had to buy a replacement master cylinder for my Freelander 2 because the clutch fucked out, or the master cylinder fucked out last week, right before Danica
Ooh.
starts needing to use it to go to work. So that's on order. It'll be later this week. Apparently, I searched the rand dollar rate 3 times because the dollar fell through its ass and seems to have recovered a little bit. Was looking at the Meta
Mm-mm.
Ray-Bans because I want them for making VJOs, and
Oh
then
yeah,
was
those are
looking up
sick.
millimeters to square millimeters to square inches to do some PSI conversions for some shenanigans that I have planned.
Okay, I saw the millimeters to PSI. I'm like, ooh, that's an interesting unit change. But
Yeah,
okay, that makes
yeah.
more sense.
So square, calculating square inches so I can easily go to PSI and then to kilograms of force because let's be realistic, PSI is a stupid number or stupid
Yeah.
format. Very stupid.
Yeah. Lots
So,
of imperial is. Yeah.
where can people find you at, Curt?
You can find my wares at confoundedmachine.com. And if you're listening to this, very likely this week, I'm sending out lottery passwords for this next batch of pens because they're all ready to go. So yeah,
Nice.
all the information's on there on the media page. It links to Jamie's store where you can buy shirts, and it links to the podcast, and it links to the Patreon. It links to everywhere. So
Nice.
confoundedmachine.com. How about you, Master Jamie?
So you can find me at jspec_engineering on Instagram. You can find the channel that this is on now at jspec_engineering on YouTube because I renamed my YouTube channel this week. So it's now
Nice.
jspec engineering. You can find my website where you can find the anchor point, the flak, and the shirts. It's jspeceng.com. And there is a mechanical anchor point pre-order. If you do pre-order one, you will be the first to be emailed when they are available in the next probably 10 days or so instead of 12. Because as soon as I've got bodies ready, I'm going to start. The people who've pre-ordered get top, like they get notified first and get dibs. So be ready for those. And then, Framelock Utility Knife's on there as well. Sold one of those over the weekend. Was chatting to my mates who ships them for me from the UK today and getting that shipped out. So,
Nice.
that's where you can find. And then the podcast at theloanmachinists.com.
Cool.
What are you up to today, Curt?
Today I am going to finish boxing up some pens, have some orders to send out, and that's about all the fun. That's probably going to consume a large portion of the day, just cleaning. Actually, I have to do some anodizing, some more fancy pants anodizing on the ice grip pens that I have, and photos, listing, boring
Admin
stuff. Yeah, admin, pack up, cleaning, all that jazz. So
yeah,
it takes a lion's share of my time, but yeah, and then we can get back to the fun work of machining.
nice.
So, how about you? Other than sleeping, what's your tomorrow plan?
Tomorrow I've got to machine 200 inserts for the banks for their desks. Got to order for that today, and I'm like, I've got material. Send me more when you pick this order up. That I can have on the shelf. That when you need, I can as soon as I get a gap, throw it in the machine. So that wasn't what was meant to run, but it runs unattended for like 10 minutes a cycle. So let me just let it run for the next, like for a day, and then it's done. So that's tomorrow's plan. And while that run's going to be playing on the lathe and probably playing on the other lathe, yeah, got a bunch of stuff to do. Busy working on mechanical anchor point stuff as well, trying to get those all through. All the pad material arrived today, finally. I think I ordered it nearly a week ago. It arrived, so I want to get the stuff that needs to be on the lathe done quickly so that I can put the chuck back on it and machine those so I can get them off to heat treats. But the first couple mechanicals going out, I already have heat treated pads on hand, because that is the single component that is across both anchor points.
Okay.
It's the only shared component. So I've got, like, I ordered material for a whole bunch more. I'm going to run a bunch more. Worst case, they get used where they get used.
Right.
It's going to be inventoried as a part number, not as part of an assembly. Whereas like the bodies and the butt plugs and things like that, those are made. So if I'm doing a batch of 20, I'll make 20. Whereas those pads, they're a bit of a different kettle of fish.
Cool. Cool
beans. Yeah. Thank you everybody for listening. If you've been listening on Spotify, you probably saw our faces, but there's video available, allegedly, as well as on YouTube. And if you're on Zencast, apparently there's video there too. AJ told me. But yeah, thank you everybody for listening, and we'll see you next week.
Take care, all.